Please don't leave me alone. I will die.
The antiseptic scent of the hospital wing felt like a cold hand around Elara's throat. She sat on the plastic chair, clutching a folder that contained a document worth $50 billion. The signed merger agreement for the Sterling Group. "Julian, please," she whispered, her voice cracking as her husband paced the tile floor. "The doctor said the internal bleeding hasn't fully stopped. I just need you to stay until the labs come back." Julian didn't look at her. His eyes were glued to his vibrating phone. "I don't have time for your theatrics, Elara. You fainted. It happens when you don't eat. I have a real emergency." "A real emergency?" Elara's fingers tightened on the folder. "I've spent 3 years building your legacy while mine stayed in the shadows. I'm hurt." "Cynthia is alone at the clinic," Julian snapped, finally meeting her gaze with a look of pure disdain. "She's carrying my heir. She's actually doing something for this family, unlike you and your hobbies in the home office." Elara felt the blood drain from her face. "Cynthia? You're leaving your wife in the E for her?" Julian leaned in, his voice a low hiss. "She's the future. You're just a contract that's about to expire. Sign the divorce papers I left on the nightstand, or I'll make sure you leave with nothing." His phone rang again. He answered it with a smile Elara hadn't seen in years. "I'm coming, babe. I'm leaving her now." Julian's footsteps echoed down the hallway, leaving Elara in a silence so thick it felt physical. She looked down at the folder. He thought she was a hobbyist, a quiet wife playing with spreadsheets. He didn't know that the Sterling Group merger he'd been chasing for months was actually her family's dormant empire, revived by her hand. "Mrs. Thorne?" A young nurse approached, eyes darting to Julian's retreating back. "The doctor is ready, but your insurance was flagged as inactive 5 minutes ago." Elara let out a hollow laugh. Julian was efficient. He cut her off before even reaching the parking lot. "It's fine," she said, standing up despite the sharp bloom of pain in her side. "I'll pay out of pocket. Call me a car, please." "But the bleeding." "I have a meeting," Elara interrupted, her voice gaining a sudden, icy edge. As she waited by the sliding doors, her phone chimed. It was a text from Julian's lawyer. "The settlement offer is $50,000. Take it and disappear, or Julian goes public with the medical instability files." He wasn't just leaving, he was burying her. She watched through the glass as Julian's silver sports car sped away, ignoring the red light at the gate. He was rushing toward his new life, unaware that the document in her hand didn't just contain wealth, it contained the power to dissolve his entire world. A black sedan pulled up. The driver stepped out, bowing deeply. "The board is waiting, Madame Chair." The penthouse boardroom smelled of expensive mahogany and impending doom. Elara walked in, her hospital gown hidden beneath a tailored trench coat, her face a mask of porcelain calm. The 12 directors of Sterling Group rose in unison. They didn't see a fragile wife. They saw the woman who held their shares like a leash. "The merger is finalized," Elara stated, sliding the folder onto the table, "but there is a condition. We are stripping the Thorne Holdings contracts, all of them." "But Julian Thorne is expecting the capital injection by noon," the lead counsel stammered. "Without it, his firm is insolvent." "That," Elara said, "is the point." Her phone buzzed. It was a video call from Julian. She answered, propping the phone against a crystal carafe so the board could see. Julian appeared on screen, standing in a plush private maternity suite. Cynthia was lounging in the background, smirking as she sipped sparkling cider. "Elara, I'm at the clinic," Julian sneered. "Stop calling my lawyer. The $50,000 is more than you're worth. If you don't sign the divorce today, I'll tell the papers you're a pill popper who hallucinated a career." Cynthia leaned into the frame. "Just sign it, honey. Julian needs his assets liquid for our new estate. Don't be bitter." Elara leaned toward the camera, her shadow falling long across the boardroom table. "Julian, check your corporate email. I'm not signing the divorce for $50,000. I'm taking the house, the firm, and the air you breathe." The silence on the screen was absolute. Julian's face shifted from arrogance to a mask of confusion, then to a pale, sickly gray. He fumbled with a secondary tablet, his thumbs trembling as he refreshed his executive dashboard. The red numbers reflected in his eyes told the story. His credit lines were vanishing in real time. "What did you do?" Julian whispered, his voice cracking. "Elara, what is this?" "I didn't do anything, Julian. I simply stopped holding you up, Elara replied, her voice steady and resonant. You spent 3 years mocking my hobbies. While those very investments were the only thing keeping your accounts from hitting zero. You wanted a divorce. You wanted a clean break. You've got it. Cynthia grabbed Julian's arm, her smirk replaced by a look of panicked greed. Julian? What does she mean? Where is the $50 billion merger capital? The capital stays with the Sterling chair, Elara said, looking directly into the camera. And you're looking at her. By the way, the hospital gown I was wearing when you abandoned me? It's being filed as evidence of emotional distress and abandonment. I won't need your $50,000. You'll need it for your legal fees. She ended the call before he could beg. Elara turned to the board, her posture straight. The physical pain in her side now nothing more than a dull reminder of a life she'd outgrown. She had been his shadow for too long. It was time to let the sun in. Gentlemen, Elara said firmly. Let's begin the liquidation.